Andreas and Franziska are two Vienna residents that have been friends since school. Andreas is a 40-year-old professional firefighter. Like many of his fellow citizens, he has a lot of difficulties in finding a place to live on the private market. The rising cost of living is a huge challenge in his life, as the housing on the private market requires more than half of his income. To find a solution, Andreas has registered at Wiener Wohnen, the one-stop shop service point for people searching for subsidies or municipal housing. In Vienna, 1 in 4 people lives in municipal housing, like Andreas. Vienna invests 532 million euros per year in social and affordable housing. The city has a stock of municipal and subsidized housing units, which represents 45% of the housing market. Thanks to this public service, Andreas has been assigned a 40-square-meter flat at 400 euros per month. This is half of what it would cost on the private rental market and only requires a third of his monthly income.
Vienna itself owns about 220,000 housing units. It's the biggest municipal housing company here in Europe. Wiener Wohnen is a social housing company. That means we are also taking care of our tenants in case they do get some problems. With problems, we mean, for example, rent arrears, people stop paying their rent. And we got an outreaching work, social workers, which are going there and trying to help people.
Andreas registered at Wiener Wohnen following the advice of his friend, Franziska. She's a single mother of a baby daughter living in municipal housing. Franziska has a part-time job as a nurse, but her monthly income can't sustain her family. After not being able to pay the rent for her apartment, she was at risk of being evicted. Social workers on behalf of the city reacted in time to prevent Franziska from being evicted. Case managers are now able to provide a new service and give social guidance to tenants living in municipal housing. This helped Franziska to find a solution for her debt, to apply for housing benefits, to consider enrolling her daughter in a public kindergarten, in the end, to keep her apartment. Vienna was recently recognized as the city with the best quality of life in Europe. This, in part, is due to the social services the city provides to its inhabitants, with a special focus on public housing. To learn from Vienna, Eurocities organized a study visit of its working groups, homelessness and housing, to the Austrian capital. Around 50 social housing managers from 18 European cities attended the event. They exchanged experiences, challenges and best practices on social housing.
However, the one thing that's impressed me is the direct intervention by social workers, where they actually go out to the residents, they phone them. If they can't get them, they go and visit them. If they can't get them that way, they'll continue to follow up till they get an intervention, and that seems to be having a really positive impact on reducing the number of actual evictions. So that looks like something we could possibly replicate.
City experts discussed how to replicate the practice that has helped Andreas and Franziska to prevent homelessness throughout Europe. Housing is a human right, and it is also a key principle of the European Pillar of Social Rights. Tackling homelessness and promoting affordable housing are key priorities for Eurocities in the field of social affairs.